I really honestly thought I was done talking about this case, but there's a little more information. And since a lot of you came to this channel because of my coverage of this case, I feel like I have responsibility to just cover what was probably going to be the last article. I thought the last one was the last one. But, anyways, this is what we've got. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, you just subscribed recently. End of last summer, this couple was found dead with their young baby and their dog on a hiking trail near Yosemite National Park. Now, a lot of people, including myself, had all sorts of wild theories about what it was. Even the authorities were really, really confused, and it seemed to be really suspicious. There was definitely a lot of suspicion towards natural gases, possible electrical discharge, even some people believing that aliens were involved. However, when all was said and done, it turns out that all four of them succumbed to heat. Cell phone forensics reveal desperate plea made by California family before mysterious hiking death. Following months of work with FBI forensics team to determine the cause of death of a California family while hiking on the Heights Cove Trail, Mariposa County Sheriff's Office released cell phone activity that shows a desperate plea from the struggling family. Jonathan Gerrish, 45, and his wife Ellen Chung, 30, had gone for a hike with their 1-year-old daughter and the family dog on the Heights Cove Trail near Merced River when they were all found dead on August 17, 2021. After being reported missing by friends, authorities located them approximately 1.5 miles from the car on steep switchbacks. An empty 85-ounce water bladder and bottle that contained baby formula were found by the bodies. Now, I will admit, when I first started covering this case, they didn't really acknowledge how much water was or was not found with them. Now, cell phone records show that Gerrish sent a message just before noon on August 15th to a person whose name wasn't released. The message asked, "Can you help us? On Savage Lundy Trail heading back to Heights Cove Trail. No water, overheating with baby." That alone is just so dark to read. Due to the bad cell service in the area, the text message never got through. 5 other phone calls were attempted in the hiking time frame, but none of those went through as well. Mariposa County Sheriff says the cell phone data results were the last thing both the family and detectives were waiting on. The extracted information confirms our initial findings. The mysterious deaths of all 3 people and the dog led to a long investigation and plenty of theories of what could have happened to the young family of experienced hikers. Included in the theories were lightning strikes, exposure to toxic gas, suicide, and ingestion of toxic algae. In the end, it was simply heat stroke that caused the tragic event. I admit, I was one of those people speculating, and so were a lot of my commenters, a lot of people following. About 99% of us did not expect it to be something as simple as heat stroke. According to the report, the husband, the baby, and the dog were found dead in one area of the trail, while the wife was discovered further down the trail. An expert witness for the report, a professional wilderness survival and first aid instructor, believes the baby may have shown the first signs of illness on the hot day, leading the parents to rush to safety. That's why Jonathan was found with the baby, while Chung, the wife, was further ahead. The expert states, a suffering infant would give 2 parents the drive to push through the extreme heat. And I would have to say that panic and desperation could have possibly caused them to move maybe a little too fast. Now, I've hiked in some extreme temperatures. I've hiked in Death Valley. Okay, maybe not the smartest thing to do. And something I had to teach myself was when you feel it getting hotter, you've got to slow down everything. You've got to slow everything down, your breathing, your pacing. You have to really regulate your body as much as possible. And if your baby is succumbing to heat, I can see parents panicking and running and pushing harder and probably making the situation worse, unfortunately. He goes on to say, when one could no longer continue, they stayed behind to care for the child and pet, while the other tried to forge on and get help for the loved ones. It is a tragedy of the highest order. I agree 100% with that. A witness spotted the family driving near the trailhead around 8 a.m. that day at 3,800 feet elevation, where it was 75 degrees. The family hiked approximately 2.2 miles down to an elevation of 1,900 feet, where the temperature changed to 99 degrees. Yeah, it actually can get hotter down inside those valleys. I know that for a fact. The change in temperature, along with the strenuous hike, was likely the cause of the heat stroke. The 85-ounce water container that was found with the family was completely empty. 85 ounces for a family is not a lot of water. An experienced hiker in the region told authorities he avoids that hike from June to September due to the significant heat, according to the report. Someone unfamiliar with the hike may have been completely surprised by the difficulty and drastic temperature change. I can see that being an honest mistake a lot of people could make. I tell you, I've been to Yosemite quite a few times since this incident happened, and I've driven near that area that they were found in. And every single time, I can't help but think of them. And I think I've said this in a previous video. I'm not a very social person. I am very introverted. I generally hate groups, especially for outdoor activities. After reading about them and browsing their social media, I really felt that they were a couple that if me and my family ever met them, I wouldn't mind hanging out with them. I wouldn't mind going on hikes with them. They seem to have a genuine love for the outdoors that they try to share with their baby. And I know I've probably said this before, but I will say it one more time. I am truly sorry for what happened to all four of you. May all four of you rest in peace, and condolences to all your friends and family. They definitely lost some special people.